Hi guys, this is Ruthie and Clay and my mom from the Popo Backyard Farm. We're visiting my mother today. I'm sorry guys, had a cough. And Clay is over here playing his farming game.
Because I can't do it at home, I'm here.
Because he can't do it at home, so he's playing his game. Mama's
rocking herself.
my mother, who's going to be 84, going on 20.
That's about it.
And it's going to be my birthday this week, so I came to visit my mom, and we had a little birthday cake.
Yeah.
Red velvet.
Red velvet.
And I always get tons of nice things from my mother. She always gives me nice things with tags on, so every time I go to see my mother, it's like my birthday. And of course, my toilet paper.
What was that icing?
Buttercream.
No, not buttercream. It's a little different.
So,
Cream cheese.
Huh?
Cream cheese.
Oh yeah, cream cheese icing. I like that icing.
so Mama, where are you from?
I am from the Lord.
Where did you grow up?
Where I grew up in Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
And what did you do most of your life?
Wait on kids.
How many kids you got?
Cooked for the children, cooked for my husband, and did printing. Everything, I think I have 7. Yeah, I have 7. No, I know how
And
many.
her favorite
I
child is
know how
always
many
Ruthie
children
Jr.
I have 7. I have 7.
And she's not conceited at all.
Huh?
Ruthie Jr.
I know her favorite child.
Well, I named one after Ruth, after my name, which
And
I
if
really
you
like.
if you saw her giveaway, you got a little spoiler here.
Huh?
If they saw her giveaway, they got a spoiler, which is good
Uh-huh.
because they have to guess. Remember on the
Uh-huh,
giveaway.
yeah.
So now you know.
gotta guess.
So go back a few videos and enter a giveaway, which ends.
Yeah,
So that's
did
good.
it end already?
No, it's going to end next week, so that's good because the ones that watch
Oh.
this video will know the answer,
Oh, now they'll know the answer.
which is
yeah.
good.
And then they can maybe get that
There's
gift.
$2, yeah.
What are they gonna get?
2 cozy mysteries. Well, they're each
two books.
two different
Oh,
people.
wow.
Well, each one gets a book. It's good.
Oh, that'll
It's
be
by
real
Laura
nice.
Childs.
Yeah.
Scrambled Eggs. I love her books. It's fun.
Show everybody my pretty vase over there on the
Oh
table.
yes. Here's my mom's.
I paid $70 for that vase. Isn't that beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
It's all glass, and I just love it. It's my favorite.
And she has these little foxes.
And the 2 little foxes on my table. When I wake up, the first thing I see is that vase of flowers.
I love that vase.
I love it too. I think I'll think, oh, I'm here. Oh, I'm home. And there's my pretty vase. I
Yay.
know where I am.
She knows that she's.
Yep. And the Lord's been good to me. Very, very good. I believe in miracles. I've seen so many miracles with the Lord in my lifetime, and the Lord's been so good to me.
How many years were you married?
58 years.
How many husbands did you have?
Only
58?
Only one. And he was enough. I never wanted another one after I had such a nice one. No one else could compete with him.
And the first time he saw you, how old were you?
I was 13 and he was 14.
And he met her at the pool, so you know what he was thinking.
We met by divine. We definitely met by divine
Intervention.
Intervention. It definitely was, because it was a way that neither of us would have been. He would never swim at that pool, and I would never swim where he went. He used to go to a stone quarry, and I used to go to this pool with my friends. But because his bicycle was broken and he couldn't go to the stone quarry that day, he went to this pool with his parents drove. We're going to go out there and sit on the grass and look around at the park, and so he went out there and he met me. He asked me what my name was, and I told him, and the very next day he came down to my house pedaling his bicycle. He was only 14, pedaling his bicycle.
With who was on the handlebars?
And his best friend Shrimp Sasson was on the handlebar. And then he saw me, and I was going. And this is a true story. He looked at me and he said, "Are you Ruth?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, He said, "I couldn't believe how pretty you were." I thought that was nice.
And then you said that the night before was a bad storm or something?
The night that we met, there was a bad storm, and a huge tree across the street, a huge one. You couldn't have put your arms around it, fell on the ground. And so I was out there looking at that, and I was dressed real pretty and everything. Summer day, June 25th, 1944, we met. And then we started dating, seeing each other. And one day he asked me to marry him, and I said yes.
19 what year was it?
1944, we met.
Mm-hmm.
We got married in 1948, a year, 4.5 years later.
And you were how old?
I was 18.
And then he went into
He
the
was
service?
19.
Or before you got married,
He was
in
in the service already. He said he wanted to go in the service in case that they called him in for a war or something. He'd have his time in. So he went in the Air Force. So I missed him really badly then because I used to see him every single day.
And so he was in this. And where did you live?
Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
Didn't know when you were married. Did you go back home to live with your mother? Did you live with your in-laws?
When I got married, we both lived in with his parents for a little while.
So when
And
he was in the service, did you live alone with his parents?
Yeah.
You didn't go back to your
No,
mom's
I
stuff?
stayed there. I used to visit my mother. I
How
could
long-
walk from one house
How
to
long
the
did you
other.
stay at your before? How long was Daddy, which is my father, in the Air Force before he came home for good?
Probably about 3 years.
Oh, that's a long time when you first
Yeah.
get married, huh?
Yeah.
So you were dating,
He
and
already had 1 year in when we
Uh-huh.
got married, and then they left him come home because there was no war, there was no nothing, and so he was able to just get out. They left him come out. I was expecting my oldest child, Natalie, and so they left him come home since I was going to have a baby. And the Lord worked it out that I had 7 children, and every single time I was pregnant and had the time for the children to come, my babies to come, the Lord worked it out that he was home. Every time he was either home, it was either a weekend or after work or something. The Lord had him there with me. I was never alone. So I thought that was right there's a miracle in itself.
and for 7 kids,
7
yeah.
children, that every single time when it was time for me to have that child, he was there. And the last one was one of them with Patty. They had to take me by ambulance because for some reason or other I was having trouble having her. But everything worked out beautiful at the end.
Were you born at home or were you born in the
I
hospital?
was born in the Allentown Hospital, Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Was Daddy born in the hospital too?
Nope, he was born at home. Most babies in those days were born at home. But I think that the doctor must have told my mother that they had trouble, that she might better be in the hospital, which was 7 miles away from her home. But
So you were one of the few babies born in the hospital.
Huh?
You were one of the few babies born in the hospital.
What did you say?
You were one of the few babies born in the hospital.
But when I was born, they did not expect me to live that day even. They did not expect me to live that day.
Why not?
I needed blood. I needed all kinds of stuff.
And then see, here you are.
And here I am. But the doctors, here's how I feel about my life. The Lord told the doctors how to heal me, what to do for me. And so when I lived, I wanted to give my life to the Lord because he let me live. He gave me life, so I figured I want to give him my life. And I've had a lot of beautiful experiences with the Lord over the years, even when I was a child.
Mom, if somebody wants to accept Christ, what do they need to do?
All they need to do is ask the Lord to forgive them of their sins and really mean it. And ask them to forgive them for the mistakes and things that they made, and then start thanking him that he did that, and live for him, because it's much easier and a much nicer life to live for the Lord than to live any other way.
Now, Daddy and Mama asked me to ask Jesus in my heart when I was like 5.
Yeah.
So I remember that. All my brothers and sisters have had God in their
Accepted the
life.
Lord, yeah.
So that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's been a good life. I'm going to be
It's a real
52,
good life. It's
and my
a real
mother's
good life, yeah.
going to be 84 this year.
Yeah, it's a good life. He's faithful and true. He'll never leave you or forsake you. All you have to do is ask him to help you, and he'll help you all the way through every trial and every tribulation. He'll be there. Okay, that's enough, Ruthie.
Okay, guys. My poor mother. I haven't heard her on video for a
Oh,
long time.
okay.
So this is my mom, my husband. Of course, we always talk a lot about God when, all the time, but we like to talk about the Lord because that's pretty much how I was raised. So this is, and of course, it's a good life, right? So this
Yeah,
is
it is a good life.
my mom.
Never beat it. Never. That's the best life to live.
That's right. So my mom, Clay, and me, which I'm back here behind the camera, saying
Okay.
this is Popple Backyard Farm. Have a great day, and my mother, I'm gonna
Alright, yeah.
give her some time to visit with me some more. So we'll see you in our next video. Bye bye, guys.
I don't know what this is.